Good morning, everybody. Today we are about to be taking a look at GDevelop. We're going to get into some really simple, really easy video game design, and we're going to try to do it online together. I am not like a really good expert at video game design, and I've never used the online part of GDevelop. So we're about to try this together and see what we can figure out. So if you guys will just kind of follow along with me until we can kind of get started, and then you should be able to follow along with the tutorial. So let's head over to the website, and you should have this website on Google Classroom as a link. And what we're going to do is when you get to this part, if you have a real computer, like if you have a real computer at home, you can click on the download. This will not work on a Chromebook, but if you have a real computer and you want to try to do it the way that we're doing it here in the classroom, you can do that, like a real laptop or a Mac or something. But if you just have a Chromebook, we're definitely going to go to the Try Online. So we're going to click that, and I'm going through this with you just so I can kind of see what all pops up and what all problems we have. It says you can try online to create a new project, create, and then you can launch a preview to download the full version. Okay, so good deal. We're going to go ahead and start using GDevelop. So here we go. We're going to click Getting Started and Tutorials. And what we're going to go, excuse me, still am coughing. Sorry about that. We're going to go to Platformer Tutorial. Okay, so what we have is we now have the Open Tutorial here on one tab. So Platformer Tutorial 1, Getting Started. This is where we need to be. And then we have over here this is essentially the like the developer app. So on a PC or a Mac, you would download the program and then run the program. But you can't do that on a Chromebook. So we're doing it in the browser. So this is our in browser, and what we're going to do is we're going to close this now. And we're going to come back over here and we're going to follow these instructions. So we're going to start with platform, part 1 tutorial. We're actually going to work our way all the way through all 8 of these tutorials. All right, so it says step 1, install GDevelop. We can't do that, so ignore that. Step 2, download the game's assets. We can do that, so it's going to look a little bit different for you. Excuse me. But go ahead and download those assets, and then we're going to have to open them up later. So I'm going to click download, and they're going to save somewhere on my hard drive. Yours may save somewhere different because you're using a Chromebook. And now we're going to come back over to our actual app, and it says launch GDevelop. We did that. We're here. Create a new project. All right, so we're going to click create a new project. Awesome. And then it says choose choose a game to use as a starter. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. It says create a new project, choose a folder for the project. We're not going to do that. And then it says choose an empty game at the bottom. So yeah, we're good. So we're going to click empty game down here at the bottom. So now we're here. And it says a game is made up of scenes. Typically each scene is a different screen in the game. For example, the main menu, pause menu, each level of the game would be different scenes. To add a scene to the game, we're going to expand scenes panel. All right, so let's look for scenes. Aha, we found it. So it's expanded. We're going to, I think, click to add a scene. And then, yep, step 2, click to add a scene. So we're going to click, and then we're going to need to double click to open our scene. So we're good. So we've got a new scene, and here we go. Add the objects to the scene. And this is the part I wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do, so I'm kind of walking y'all through this just to get to this part mainly. Because I wanted you to kind of get started and at least see what I'm talking about and then be able to do this. A scene is made up of objects. Everything the user sees or interacts with is an object, including the playable character, enemies, parts of the environment. GDevelop provides types of objects you can add to each game, Each object has unique features and cases. Most common type is a sprite, which lets you create a graphic that you can optionally use to animate. So we're going to create an object. So in the objects, we're going to click Add New Object. So over here on the right, Add New Object. And let's see what it says. Select Sprite. Okay. So let's look for Sprite. Did I miss it? Did I miss Sprite? Let's shrink all these and see what we've got. Let me double check. Make sure I'm not missing something. This looks way different than the one you do on your desktop. So, oh, that was it. I forgot. So, you've got these over here. Yeah, we're gonna just do new sprite right here. So really quickly, I'm gonna look and see if this actually has these objects built in, and it looks like it might. Yes. So for this, you may not need to. You can just import the objects that they already have by going to the Search Asset Store instead of importing these. So we're going to call this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. I'm going to hit back. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to hit close. We're going to add a new object, and we can actually just search. We can create an object from scratch. If you want to do it this way, you can do it, or we can search the object store. I just typed in cloud, and it tells us we're going to need cloud 2. So because this is a tutorial that's done in the thing, most of the assets are going to be here, but you can upload your own. So I'm just going to do the ones that are here. So I'm just going to kind of make it easier on myself. I'm going to click cloud 2. I'm going to click add to the game. The object was added. Okay, so I'm going to hit close. And I'm going to see if it will let me change the name. Yes, because we were just supposed to name this cloud. And so I'm going to name it cloud. And so coming back over here, it says when the object animator opens, click add animation, and even sprite objects. Okay, so we already did this. Oh, no, we didn't. So we're going to come over here, and it says, let's do this again. In the object name cloud, when the object editor opens, click add animation. Okay, so we don't have to do that because we just drug it and drag it over. So there we go. Now we can just drag it onto our scene. So we can just click, hold, and drag. So here's our little cloud. And I think we can resize it by doing this. So here we go. And we've got one cloud. Look at that. We're doing great. And it says next, white clouds don't look good. So we're going to change the background. So the white clouds don't look good against the gray background. Change the color of the scene. Right click on the scene's background. Click scene properties. So let's try this. Scene properties. I just right clicked here. And then we're going to change the background color. And I think it's going to tell us to change it to blue-ish. And there we go. And hit OK. And yeah, that looks way better. It tells us to enter, a nice shade of blue, so you can kind of pick your own. And then it says we need to get into the habit of previewing the game. So here we go. Look at that. We did something. So okay, I'm going to close it. We're good. And we're just going to keep moving ourselves down. And that's actually the end of the very first tutorial. And you just want to save your work and make sure that everything is like the way it should be. And then you go on to step 2. So get that done today, and then we'll have another video for tomorrow as we kind of work through it and figure it out. It's rough, it's a little bit crazy, but hey, it at least gets us through this. So get that done, and we'll have another video or two tomorrow. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.